Just remember that you're the prize always.
Say that one more time.
Just remember that you are the prize.
Yes.
That's like his golden slogan for me.
Yeah. And what does that mean for you in relationships when you're like, I'm the prize? What does that mean?
It just means not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from a situation if it's like no longer serving me.
Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be listening to and discussing how to know your worth. Y'all, these creators literally hit the nail on the head when it comes to knowing your worth, and they have left me speechless. Like, I really have no more to add to this other than some commentary I'm going to leave at the end. So y'all, tap in, grab a snack, grab a drink, and enjoy this amazing content. And I will make some commentary at the end, so please stay to the end and make sure you subscribe to my channel to join the elevated beauty community. And yes, I will see y'all at the end.
You gotta love yourself. You gotta embrace every single part of yourself and know that you are worthy. Know that your uniqueness is beautiful, and remind yourself every single day that with or without anyone's validation, I am enough.
Look, if somebody is treating you like an option, you need to make yourself a priority and let them go. Listen, there are people out here that will take every risk just to be with you, and you deserve to be loved like that. You don't deserve to be out here second-guessing yourself and wondering if you're enough for someone, trying to figure out if they really want to be with you. You deserve better than that. Know your worth, king and queen. Go get what you really deserve.
When you're not afraid to walk away, that is the key to being magnetic. You have to be so in love with yourself, not on some, oh, I love me, but no, like really in love with yourself to the point where you're not afraid to let go and release people or things that do not serve you. You're not desperate, you're not begging people for stuff, you're literally good with yourself. Like deep within, you're good with you. People can smell desperation in people who are insecure, but people can also really tell when you really love yourself, you're comfortable with yourself, and you really have a good self-concept and you are good with you. And I think when you reach a point when you are your biggest cheerleader, you are your biggest fan, you are for you. When you really are riding for yourself, people can feel that energy and that aura, and it will radiate, and it literally will attract more people to you. I also really think that's why it's so important to stop seeking validation from other people and really seek validation from yourself. Because when you are not seeking outside opinions and stuff like that, and you are good with you, you could really live in your authentic truth and your authentic self. And when you start to live and walk in your purpose, OMG, you will just start attracting so many things into your life. Really take, note of how you take care of yourself, how you treat yourself, how you love yourself. Because self-love, self-concept, self-worth, that is really key. That is how everything begins and starts and ends with yourself and how you view yourself. If you truly love yourself and you really radiate that energy, you will attract positive people, things, opportunities into your life.
Yes, she is so right, y'all. Self-love is the number one priority you need to have in your life. You have to focus on you, and everything else will fall into place as soon as you do that.
Know your worth. When someone treats you like you're just one of many options, help them narrow their choices by removing yourself from the equation. That's right. You see, sometimes you have to try not to care, no matter how much you do, because sometimes you can mean almost nothing to someone who means so much to you. It is not pride. It is called self-respect. So don't give part-time people a full-time position in your life. Know your value and what you have to offer, and never, ever settle for anything less than what you deserve. Real talk.
The question was really never about your worth. It was if they perceived it, and they probably didn't because you didn't. You walked around most of your life not feeling good enough based on other people's perceptions and opinions, not realizing that the power lies within you. You've always been good enough. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. You're God's masterpiece, and the issue of your worth was already settled at the cross. All you have to do is believe that and see how quickly your life will begin to change.
And I would say it's more important to know our value with the way God sees it.
Okay.
Because, society has a lot of different metrics for value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that can throw us off and cause a lot of people to settle.
Okay.
But you got to know what God says your value is. And more importantly, it's just about where does God want you to be?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can sit here and say, I deserve this kind of man or this kind of woman. But if they're not really right for you, who cares? What are you aiming for? You know what I'm saying? It's like your happiness and peace is more important. You having your needs met is more important. Not what this person's resume looks like. So focus on connection. Focus on where God wants you to be. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the things that are truly important to the successful relationship.
Yeah.
Too many people are caught up on what they think they want. They got to have this, that. Man, that's what gets people in trouble.
Yes, this is so true. God has to come first in your life above any man, above any woman, above any ideal vision that you have for your life. If God isn't in the center of that, it's not going to work out. So you need to have a personal relationship with God, pray, look within, read your Bible, and just focus on that, because it starts with Him, and then it starts with self.
3 things that I wish I would have known in regards to my worth when I was in the dating world. My worth is not tied to a man and is not tied to an outcome. If they wanted to, they would. I don't be shouting like that for real, y'all, but the last one is you're not hard to love. For the one who has the grace equipped for your journey, you're not hard. You're not hard. You are easy to love. Jesus loves you. You learn to love you second. And whoever honors to love you third. My goodness. You easy to love. Oh, man.
The reason why you're not getting the treatment that you deserve. Hear me out. Listen, we cannot be mad and we have to stop being hurt when someone is not treating us how we deserve to be treated. And here's why. You were worth more than them from jump. So it's ultimately our own fault for not knowing our own worth. We gave ourselves the people who didn't amount to it. They're not able to treat you how you deserve to be treated because they're not capable of doing so. If you want to be treated on a higher frequency, up your standard. Stop expecting the world from bare minimum people. Stop expecting the world from people that only have a city, a small city, to offer you.
You don't know your worth, then it will be easy for people to make you forget who you really are. There'll be no way in hell that you'll be stressing over a text back, thinking about if this person actually like you or not, if they cheating, if you really knew your worth. You're not just going to be thinking about other people all day more than yourself once you know your worth. You will never give anybody more energy than you give yourself, because you know that you are the prize. You know how valuable you really are. When you do that, you're losing your value. You won't ever feel left out. You won't ever feel like people don't like you, because you know who you actually are. That shit can't do nothing to you. You will automatically look at people's opinions as projections because you only see yourself as good. You have to start changing your perception about yourself. Always giving your flaws power and the things that's wrong with you power. Look at the good. The more that you do that, it's the more that you see how great you are. And once you love yourself, everybody will love you. Practice this. I love y'all.
Anybody can want you, but it hits different when somebody actually values you. Listen, it's time out for letting people come up in your life and talk that talk, saying this and that, when their actions don't match up to what they saying. At this point in your life, it's time to accept what you truly deserve or don't accept anything at all. You gotta know your worth and know that you deserve to be valued to the uttermost, nothing less.
I'm talking to my women today, especially my young women, because the kitty y'all know now is not the kitty that I used to be. I used to be dumb, stupid, slow, dunce. Okay, not too much on yourself, kitty. It doesn't matter what it is that you do. The more you hold on to that man, the more you hurt yourself. You so consumed with that man that you can't even see that he's your struggle. And if you can't see that he's your struggle, that means that you can't listen to the people who are trying to warn you that he's your struggle. You show up and you show up. You do more and more just to prove your worth to this man, just for him to love you. You sacrifice a bit of yourself each time that you are trying to prove to this man that you are worthy of his love. You crying and begging, asking yourself why, questioning your worth, because your worth has now become dependent on how much attention and time this man gives you. And the time and attention that he gives you is limited to maybe some back and forth text, maybe some sex. And when this man gets his fix, he dips. You think that man don't know what it is that he doing? A man who's played the game for so long, he knows when he has a woman's worth in his hand. He is playing you like a puppet, baby. And you acting crazy won't make him love you better. You want this man to love and respect you when you don't love and respect yourself. You showing him he don't have to give you nothing because you'll give yourself scraps so he can give you scraps. That's some desperate shit. How do you have a fear of losing people when you are dealing with someone who is purposely inconsistent with you? The only consistency that he shows is being inconsistent with you. This man is showing you that he'll leave as he pleases, and there is nothing that you can do to make him stay. This does not mean that you are not good enough. You're just not good enough for him, and that is okay. He does not want you on a deeper level, and that is okay. This man may not be ready. He may have commitment issues. He still may be in his player phase. He may have other options, or simply he may just not want you, and that is okay. No one's gonna take you serious until you start taking yourself serious. And you chasing unavailable people tells everybody else that you take yourself as a joke. You chasing out of fear, and that is not okay. Whatever dream and vision you have created obviously is not the same vision that this man has. You all don't share the same vision. Get out of dreamland. He is not gonna wake up one day and say, hello world, I decided to be with this desperate woman who doesn't love herself. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. Take that man off that pedestal. What Cole say? My ego gets stroked and I bruise him. I learned a long time ago from my uncles, from the OGs, that a man will commit when he is ready. Stop chasing that man. Hey, you're going to end up putting yourself in a position you don't want to be in, where this man finds a woman and he falls in love with her, he commits to her, and then you turn up to end up being the bitter ex-fling or the bitter baby mama. That label don't even sound right. Leave that man alone. Brought to you by a woman that used to be a dummy. No, but seriously, leave that man alone, girl. Go get you some Starbucks.
Let's have a little talk about self-worth. Do you know your true value and what makes you worthy in terms of qualities that you have? If you don't know, I got you. By the end of this video, you'll know. What makes you powerful is the sum of 4 things. Number 1, your natural assets. Health is an asset. Maybe you have a great sense of style. Your optimism, integrity, your beauty, your work ethic. Anything that makes you who you are. Number 2, your abilities or skills. Are you a good cook? Are you a good driver? Do you speak several languages? Can you communicate and bring people together? Number 3, your relationships. Who are the people who have your back, who support you no matter what? Who are the people that you can call and they're going to be there for you? Don't forget that your network is your net worth, not only in professional settings, but also in your personal life. And number 4, your potential. Your potential is a big factor in making you feel powerful. You have massive potential and you don't have to reach the finish line in order to feel proud about yourself. All you have to do is show up for that goal every day. So, what do you want? Go for it.
If they don't see your value, don't get performative. Do not try to convince them to see your value. Your worth doesn't decrease just because somebody else can't see it. You determine your worth. Honey, there are strengths and abilities that no one can take away from you. And you better know that. We reaffirm our values. And if no one appreciates you, you be the person who does. Because baby, in 2024, we are taking the moment that we deserve and we are taking that moment to exhale. It's no more trying to perform for people. It's no more trying to convince people to see you. It's no more begging for appreciation. No more begging for respect. We're going to know our worth and we're going to operate from that place of higher self-worth. All right. Come on, self-security.
Knowing your worth is knowing who you are, or more, whose you are. Let me explain. Are you finding and looking for your worth in other people, or do you know who you are? When you know who you are, you know what you deserve. I know that I am wonderfully and beautifully made in God's image. I know that I am a daughter of the King. That first and foremost, I am His. But I don't need to search in other people to make me happy. I used to be somebody who would wake up and need my cup filled from anybody, anything. money, validation, men, my career, anything. I needed my happiness and my self-worth. I needed to refill that every day because I didn't know what I was worth and who I was. I needed other people and other things to tell me who I was. Now I wake up and I know who I am. I am a daughter of the King. I am a child of God. I am deserving of all of the things that I want. When you take a step back and realize who you are, you understand what you're worth, and you're not going to settle for anything less than what you deserve and what you are worth. So understand who you are in Christ, and you will understand your worth.
Hey yo, ladies, please stop allowing your boyfriend to stop you from finding your husband. Don't let this secret out, alright? Because every man knows that there's nothing like a woman's influence. Something magical happens when a woman knows their worth, when they know who they are, right? When they can stand their ground and when they can speak their mind. Like, honestly, that helps elevate a man. And I'm not talking about when the empowerment goes to their head. I'm talking about when it reaches their heart. I told you that be careful with your heart because everything that you do flows through it, flows from it, right? It got to be in you, not on you. What do you mean by that, Alex? Okay, listen. In my book, Uncut Diamond, I talk about a 3-strike rule, right? It's not tolerating a man's BS, his disrespect, his manipulation. The cheating is a one and done thing, right? The lying is a one and done thing. The abuse is a one and done thing, right? But what I'm saying is he's not going to be on none of that if he really wants you, because no man wants to lose out or miss out on his dream girl. Let's keep it simple. A man that's for you, right? He was going to recognize the queenship in you. He will recognize the wife in you. You're already a wife. You're just not his wife, right? See, he's going to recognize your influence, and that's going to inspire him to change. It's not going to be you making him change. It's going to be him not wanting to miss out on you. And he's going to want to draw closer to God. He's going to call God and say, God, please equip me for the tools that I need to sustain or keep this relationship strong. It really hurts my heart because when you accept less than you are, you will get less. There's so many good women out here who believe that their influence can't change a man. When you get really good at eliminating what you don't want, you'll only be making room for what you need to be on its way. It's so rare that you find somebody that has the emotional and mental intelligence and patience, right, and maturity to work through the tough stuff, like actually communicate their frustration because they don't want to lose you. They rather lose the argument than lose you. A lot of times in relationships, you can't always be right. So you got to learn how to check that ego at the door if you want to hold on to something that you can't live without. Oh God.
Let me tell you how you're gonna stop measuring your worthiness by how much attention you get from men, how many likes you get on Instagram, whether or not that person likes you. I promise you, once you start doing this, this one thing is going to allow you to be just the most confident person. You're gonna be so sure in yourself. Your energy is going to be so top tier. And you know what that is? You know what that is? Wake up to your potential. Literally in my Instagram bio, I have the girls are waking up to their potential because I love to see it. Start doing things. Start taking on the opportunities that are all around you. Build a vision. Have goals. And then start moving towards them. That is how you're going to realize how great you are. It is when you do the hard things. It is when you step outside of your comfort zone. It's when you build discipline. It's when you get up and do things even though you don't want to do them. It's when you get through the hard patches. It's when you continue to strive even though you're not really seeing any progress or you're not seeing the fruits of your labor yet. That is what builds confidence. When you do that and you start to see your life shift and you see things start to change and you finally start to see the fruits of your labor, you're really gonna feel like there's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that you can't achieve. And as you progress, you're going to continue unlocking that next door. You're gonna continue taking the next step. Like, it is just the most beautiful, most amazing journey ever. You learn so many skills. You learn so much about yourself. You literally uncover all of this greatness that has been within you this whole time that you just didn't know about because you weren't doing anything with it. And if you don't know where to start, come here. If you pick one area of your life that needs improvement, pick one problem in your life that you can start to solve. If you're overweight, you can start working on your weight loss journey. If you need to build a better relationship with your mom, you can start building a better relationship with your mom.
If you're broke, you can start learning and figuring out how you're gonna make money. As long as you move the needle little by little, whether that's learning about it, whether that's buying your first pair of shoe for the gym, getting a membership, going one day, like whatever it is, as long as you acknowledge that, the way that you view yourself, the way that you see yourself is going to change. Because you see yourself in this positive light, because you see your potential, you are not gonna need anyone to validate you. You are that girl, and you're gonna feel like that girl. Okay, good night, love you.
Knowing your worth is an essential part of personal growth and self-empowerment. Y'all, start with self. Spend time reflecting on your strengths and qualities. Acknowledge your past achievements. Set boundaries for yourself. Know what you will and you will not accept. And learn how to say no without feeling guilty about it. Surround yourself with people who love and respect you, and avoid toxic people. Recognize the value inside yourself, outside of what money can do for you or what you can do for others. Focus on your passions. Invest in yourself. Learn new skills. Prioritize self-care. Challenge negative thoughts about yourself. Anything that you're insecure about or that you may have self-doubt about, get to the root of that and realize where it's truly coming from. Because 9 times out of 10, that's coming from an outside influence, whether it be from childhood, from parents, from past relationships, from friends. And y'all, get therapy, get coaching, anything that can help just invest into yourself, do that. And finally, just set goals for yourself and focus on your personal growth in every aspect of your life. And do not forget, while you are on this journey, to celebrate your progress. Those little small wins, they add up. And it's important that you enjoy the journey. Don't just focus on the destination.